What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a couple of days since my previous upload, so welcome back to the channel. If you're new, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Hope you guys had a happy Thanksgiving and I guess Black Friday if you got anything. If you got anything, go ahead and leave in the comments down below what you got. Me personally, I don't know how many of you guys care, but I got some of those like men's Uggs slippers. They're like tan brownish colors. They were like half off on Amazon. You can check right now. I don't know if they will be still, but if you want to cop them, I think they're cool, they're fashionable, they're definitely comfortable. So go ahead and get those if you want, but we're not here to talk about that. Today, I wanted to talk about skill-based matchmaking and the truth of skill-based matchmaking, or SBMM, here in Call of Duty, as told by a veteran multiplayer developer. I think he's one of the COD developers, I'm pretty sure. His name is Josh Menk, or Menke, I'm not quite sure. But he has recently confirmed now that the feature, being SBMM, has always existed in the COD franchise and assured that it's getting quote-unquote better with each generation. So I thought this article is pretty interesting. I want to dissect it, go through it, talk about my thoughts on it. Is it a good thing, is it a bad thing? And kind of the secrets he kind of unveils throughout this article here. So again, if you're on board, leave a like, subscribe, and let's get into it. Gameplay you're watching here is on Decoy. It's just some, I think a 2KD or something. Decoy's an alright map. But yeah, let's talk about this article here. Basically, if you weren't aware, when you search in like a multiplayer game in any online title, it doesn't have to be COD. It could be Halo, Battlefield. Don't make me laugh with Battlefield, but
how dare you?
It could be Halo or anything like that. And you enter into like a matchmaking pool, right? And so this system is responsible for getting you into a lobby with, random teammates and enemies. At least it's supposed to be random, right? I think one of the biggest criticisms that COD fans have been, battling with recently, at least the past 4 or 5 years, is it doesn't feel random. It feels like you're getting harder opponents and dumber teammates than you're supposed to. I think, if you go down the street, or I guess going down on the YouTube street, Twitter street, ask any COD fan, any COD player right now, they're going to feel like they're getting demolished most of the time, right? They're probably feeling like they're losing 60, 70% of their gunfights, or I guess games in general. Most people don't feel like they're doing that well unless they're reverse boosting. So this developer, Menke, or Menk, I'm just going to call him Menk for the duration of the video. He explains, when multiplayer titles first started gaining popularity, the process was a lot simpler. All you had to do was log into a game and you found a server to join on your own. So that was, the same case for Halo, for COD. Maybe it was a manual system where players had to just scroll through a list to try and find a game that looked good. However, in the years that followed after that, the developers, the people who make the game, who update the game, everything like that, they started to automate that, which means you don't get to choose which server you're specifically being placed into. Now that this has become automated, SBMM has become very contentious, very controversial, right? Because everybody's claiming that I'm getting harder lobbies than I used to. Everyone's complaining that, it's not as fun as it used to be. According to Menk, and I thought this was wild, he says that Call of Duty has featured SBMM since 2004. However, when Modern Warfare launched, he claims that's when it really quote unquote exploded. And I think a lot of the a lot of the COD fans can easily tell you that. People who've played through every single Call of Duty can probably tell you, yeah, Modern Warfare multiplayer is kind of when it started being like, hey, this is a little sus, why am I facing Optic Scump and Swag if I'm a 2 or 3 KD player, something like that, And also on the flip side, if you're dying a bunch of times, going for the Riot Shield Gold or something like that, how come my next game I'm demolishing people with a regular gun? Even a below average gun, I'm demolishing people. Let's say the Scar L in Modern Warfare. Why am I suddenly dropping a nuke or not dogs, but the high streaks or whatever? And I honestly have to agree with this. With my personal, anecdotal evidence or, thoughts or whatever, I think that Modern Warfare is when it really started to take place, because you could easily manipulate the system to get a nuke almost whenever you wanted. All you had to do was reverse boost or join session on a bot account, something like that. All these guys, K3 Swag, all these guys, they already found their way of doing it, and they've basically been doing it. Those of them who didn't move on to Warzone, at least. Your multiplayer guys, your reverse boosters, your pub stompers, they have a system down. All right, let's just call it what it is. It's not necessarily wrong or a bad thing or whatever, not cheating, but they have a system down for getting their gameplays, because, no one at their skill level is getting a nuke or getting dogs 9 out of 10 games. Okay, that's just not happening because of the SBMM. And so, as many of you guys know, at its core, SBMM aims to get you in lobbies with players of similar skill, right? So you're gonna run into not mirrors of yourself per se, but like kind of people who are as good as you, very close to as good as you. You know, maybe they drop shot, maybe they jump shot, maybe they use meta weapons or something like that. You're gonna face that if you're doing decent. I know a lot of people like Exclusive Ace, JGod, Drifter, they weigh in different things like, there's their protected brackets, is their win-loss affected by it, all that kind of stuff. And, while Activision and Sledgehammer and Treyarch and Infinity Ward, all these companies, developers have not given any evidence towards like, oh, because of your win-loss, it affects it this much. Because of your KD, it affects this much. Because of your score per minute, it affects your SBMM this much. They haven't said anything about that. They've remained quiet. However, as I said before, according to Menk, SBMM in its current form has always been in effect. Well, I shouldn't say in its current form, but SBMM has always been in effect. And I think its current form now has been quote unquote automated, making it so that your lobbies do in fact feel harder. He continues on with the article by saying Modern Warfare 2007 or COD 4 did have some skill-based matchmaking, he confirmed. All of them always have. It's just the math and science has gotten better over the years and caught up. So if you grew up on it back then, your expectations are very different than you have it now. That is basically the truth of skill-based matchmaking. He says that it's in every COD, which I believe, but he literally confirmed that the math and science has gotten better so that the algorithm for matchmaking has gotten better, aka, yes, skill-based matchmaking has increased. Yes, SBMM has gotten stronger to the point where, yes, you are facing better and better people every time you do better in the game. Again, for players who, play the game often, who go for camos or whatever, you didn't need me, some, jackwagon on the internet to tell you, oh, there's SBMM since Modern Warfare. Like, you knew that, okay? All you had to do is hop on the game, maybe like 6-7 matches, you already know. Cold War, same thing. Vanguard, same thing. You could just tell, you hop on Black Ops 4, 7 matches, you're probably going to win like 6 of them if you're a good player. You know what I'm saying? You hop on Modern Warfare 2. That's not the easiest game because there's a lot of cheese, but 7 matches, you'll probably win like 4 or 5 of them. And, you'll probably be doing good most of them at least. Again, like I just said, you really don't need someone on the internet to tell you SBMM is in these games. All you got to do is play them. It's very simple. That's why I don't really get SBMM deniers. People who don't think it's in the game. People who think oh, it's just a myth or whatever. No, it's clearly you're either not playing the game or you're one of the bad players that it's affecting. In the sense of you're not getting demolished, I guess. You're probably facing, people as good as you. I mean, at the end of the day, skill-based matchmaking is going to hurt basically everyone, whether you're a good player or a bad player. If you're a bad player, it'll help you improve, but up to a certain amount, once you hit that amount, you're going to be facing quote unquote sweats at your level, maybe I'm a 1.5 KD, sweats are going to be people around me. Maybe someone's a 3 KD and, a 1.5 KD is, easy lobbies, whatever, it's all perspective. He goes on to say that you're going to have players who play Call of Duty that will be I don't like SBMM, but then they go play Valorant and it's fine. And then he also continues on by saying, while various publishers may have emphasized different elements of SBMM in their titles, Menk argues the way it should be done is by gathering real-time stats. That I'm not necessarily in agreement with. I don't necessarily think that real time means just because you did good the past 5 games means that you're going to be getting a harder lobby. I get how it's fair on paper, but it's also kind of annoying. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to just feel like you're being punished for doing well, right? Imagine, you're getting dogs every game for 6 games straight. Now you all of a sudden you have to worry that your 7th and 8th game, you're going to get slapped by optic scum. Now, that's not fun. You know what I mean? You don't want to play the game dreading something, expecting to dread something. That's just, it doesn't make sense. It's not fun for anybody. Either way, SBMM is 100% in the game. You guys knew this if you played the game. You guys probably knew this if you didn't play the game because you played the past couple of games. So I'm just saying, it's not necessarily going anywhere. I'm sure it's not, but it's cool that this COD developer actually came out and addressed it. So big ups to Mr. Menk here. And yeah, that's basically it for the video. Definitely leave me your thoughts on SBMM in the comment section down below. How you guys feeling about Vanguard? You guys still liking it? You guys not liking it? Definitely let me know those thoughts in the comment section as well. And without further ado, not further ado, but why did I say that? But that's basically it for the video. All right, leave a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, follow me on Twitter, Twitch, and Discord. All those links are in the description down below. And again, have a great rest of the weekend, I guess. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace out.